Time for another edition of the Boselli Breakdown after Jaguars' loss in Week 1 in Miami. Now it's back to Jacksonville for the home opener. The Cleveland Browns coming in. Tony, it's good to see you, first of all. And second, this was a demoralizing finish to the game down in Miami, I'd say. How, as a team, do you bounce back from something like that? It felt like they had some of these last year, too. How do you make sure this doesn't carry over?
Yeah, last year they talked about not finishing games, not finishing the season, and they had a chance to salt this thing away and make it 24-7 late in the third quarter, and the Travis Etienne fumble kind of changed the entire feel of the game, the momentum of the game, and from there, they just couldn't do anything. And the Dolphins, give them credit. They made plays when they had to. They controlled the clock offensively. After that fumble, we got nothing going at all. And I think the only way you get over these things is get back to work and go find a way to beat the Cleveland Browns. Because you analyze it, you look at it, you learn from it, but at the end of the day, you have to get back on the grass, practice, rep it, correct your mistakes, and just as a player and as a coach, you're dying for Sunday to get here as fast as possible so you get that bad taste out of your mouth.
There were some positives in the game. I mean, the defense played well against the run. They had a few sacks on Tua. The offense, Trevor Lawrence had some really tough throws in big moments early in the game. The touchdown pass to Brian Thomas stands out, and Brian Thomas's performance. So there are some things to build on. It wasn't just a complete, utter failure on Sunday, right?
No, I mean, I think if you look at the first three quarters, again, if you would have, just take that one play away and Travis scores there, or gets tackled at the one and they go score. It's 24-7. You're probably going to win the game. And at that point, you're like, hey, 24 points on the road opening day. We had a nice 2-minute drive to finish the half to get 3. Our rookie receiver is doing a good job with running the ball. Tank Bigsby really well. I mean, I thought there was a lot of positives. But the bottom line is you got to play 4 quarters. And they did not play well in the fourth quarter. And they lost the football game. Turned it over, lost the turnover margin. That was a theme last year we talked about. You got to protect the ball. Can't beat yourself. So, yeah, there's good things for 3 quarters, but unfortunately, it's a 4-quarter game. You got to play all 4.
Tony Boselli with us, Hall of Fame left tackle. Moving ahead now to the Cleveland Browns, who lost their Week 1 game to the Dallas Cowboys. Deshaun Watson did not look great statistically or on tape, if you're watching the tape or rewatching the game. However, he does have a history against this Jaguars team. In 6 starts all-time against the Jags, he is 6-0 against the Jaguars. This is a different Deshaun Watson. It's been a few years. What stands out about him?
He's bad right now. I mean, he does not look good. He didn't look good last year, got hurt. Flacco came in. Flacco took him to the playoffs, not Deshaun Watson. Opening day, it was atrocious. It was not good. Now, offensive line didn't play great. They have a lot of injuries there, so he was under pressure. They couldn't run the ball very well. That Dallas defense is pretty good. But he did not look like the Deshaun Watson that we saw those 6 times when he was playing for the Houston Texans. He is not the same player right now. Let's hope he doesn't figure it out over the next week.
Yeah, no doubt about that. And then on the other side, this Browns defense is stout. It starts with Myles Garrett up front in the pass rushing game, but Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah at linebacker is a really hard-hitting linebacker that can come up and lay some lumber to you. This is a Browns defense that can play. So first off, how do you slow down Myles Garrett if you're the Jaguars offensive play caller?
Well, you better locate him on every down, and you better throw a bunch of people at him, because you're typically not going to win by just putting one guy on him. He's arguably, I think he's the best pass rusher, best pure defensive end in the NFL. He is good against the run. He's a pass rusher. He's big. He's powerful. He can run. He does it all. And they have a very, very good defense. And Schwartz is an aggressive defensive coordinator. They're gonna be physical. It will be a physical matchup when our offense is on the field and the Browns defense is on the field. Get ready for a little bit of smash mouth football, because Cleveland is going to line up and they're going to try to punch you in the face and get after the quarterback and see how you react to it. So I think it's a great test for this offensive line, for our run game, and we'll see how we handle it.
And finally, Tony, the sky's not falling. It's 1 week into the season. There are 16 football games left in the regular year for the Jaguars to get it going. So, yeah, the first week didn't go well, but if they get back on track this week against the Browns, let's go, right?
Oh, no, absolutely. I mean, it's one of 17. And yes, would we feel better right now if we were 1-0 instead of 0-1? Absolutely. You still got to go play this week. You got to go find a way to win. Go find a way to get to 1-1. That's all you can worry about. Like, if you start thinking about, oh gosh, the sky's falling, we're not good here, or this went wrong, or whatever, that's going to be a kind of a self-fulfilling prophecy at some point. You can't think that way. You know, as a player, as a coach, you got to learn from it, and you got to put it behind you and move forward. I mean, that's the only thing you can do in this situation.
And that's what we'll do right here on this show. We'll move forward, Tony, and we'll talk to you next week. How about it?
Sounds good, JP.